The campaigns for the EU referendum took a turn for the bizarre this afternoon when Nigel Farage led a flotilla of pro-Brexit fishermen up the Thames. Organised by Scottish skippers opposed to the EU, a 35-boat flotilla sailed for the House of Commons, while David Cameron answered Prime Minister's questions, his last before the referendum vote next Thursday. But things took an even stranger turn as a rival ship, piloted by Sir Bob Geldof, sailed out onto the Thames to meet him. Armed with a loud sound system, he played music and shouted at Mr Farage using the speakers. The fishermen had intended to use the stunt to highlight their view that the EU regulations had devastated UK fishing communities, arguing that the country needed to take control of the seas. But it wasn't long before Sir Bob was joined by others. Smaller craft piloted by flag-waving Remain campaigners. The action came to a head when a fishing boat reportedly blasted the singer's craft with water, and police had to intervene when fishermen attempted to board the boat. Insults were traded by the two boats. Sir Bob accused Nigel Farage of being a fraud, arguing that the UK gets the second biggest fishing quota of the EU member states. And despite the fact he was on the European Parliamentary Fishing Committee, Mr Farage had only attended one out of 43 meetings. Mr Farage responded by accusing him of mocking UK fishermen.
It ill befits, in my opinion, multi-millionaires coming to drown out ordinary men and women from the fishing industry who've come to have a fair say. But in a way, isn't it funny? Because we used to protest against the establishment, and now the establishment protests against us. We must be getting something right.
The flotilla arrived at Westminster in the afternoon, while the Prime Minister was arguing for Remain.
Almost all of the Labour Party, a Conservative government, the Liberal Democrats, the Greens, the official Ulster Unionists and the Scottish National Party all saying we have huge disagreements, but on this vital issue for the future of our country, the best option for Britain is to vote to remain in a reformed European Union. That really says something.
The bizarre display comes just 9 days before voters go to the polls in the referendum. But it's hard to see how either argument could get any louder.